Hi everybody, welcome to today's post. I'm Erin Kurt from the Elegant Life blog, and if you haven't watched one of these videos except for today, then this is the, the 14th or 15th post of a series that I've been doing called The Making of an Elegant Woman, a pilgrimage that began in Paris. And today I am in France and I am showing you some of the beautiful things that start happening, truly. Cher diary. I've met a friend. Oh, thank the universe. In my language class is a 25-year-old Mexican girl named Sandra. She laughs like me and we have so much in common. We went out to dinner and talked for hours and hours, sharing intimate details of our lives. It's like we've known each other before. It's so comfortable. Finally, someone to share this experience with. I've been feeling so lonely lately. My typical day is wake up, take the boys to school, teach, come home, meditate, do some breathing exercise, then some yoga, write letters, do some chores, go pick the boys up, do homework with them, play games with them, eat dinner, read with Maëlle and Jean Do in Le Salon, and then go to bed. It's very low-key, and my French is getting more fluid, but I don't feel like me. I'm bored. Being with Sandra makes me feel like I'm alive again. She's been here longer than me, so she knows a couple of people. Yay! I cannot wait to begin living life like Erin again. In fact, I have felt the fear and done it anyway and asked to use the car. So Sandra and I can drive to La Rochelle, a beautiful city near the ocean, tomorrow. Another diary entry. Cher diary. Well, we were all set to go to La Rochelle when Sandra told me a friend of hers invited her to an art exhibit in Clisson, a nearby town, and would I like to come? She thought I'd be excited to know that another friend is coming along and he's a yoga teacher. To be honest, I was really disappointed. I've never been good with plans changing, and I was so excited. I felt my fear and I got up the courage to ask Maëlle to use the car, and now our plan was just tossed out. Why was our plan so easy to toss out? I did feel a little bit of anger arise within me, but I've been reading the books from the Dalai Lama, and I'm trying to go with the flow and be happy. There must be a reason this is happening, so I just chose to change my attitude and said, okay, maybe I could get some good yoga tips for my butt. It seems to be growing by the day with all this cheese and patisserie I've been eating. Cher diary. I can't write much now because I'm so tired, but today was magnificent. Sandra and I went for lunch, and then the yoga teacher was going to come and meet us and take us to where Sandra's other friend was waiting. Secretly, I wondered if he was going to be handsome. I craved love and attention. While we were eating dessert, Guy walked in. He wasn't the dark-haired French guy I was envisioning. In fact, his hairline was receding. But wow, did he have good energy? What was that? He sat with us and was so at ease. I love being around people who have beautiful energy. This was going to be a fun day after all. We got in the car, and on the journey, we all chatted so effortlessly in French about yoga and how he teaches it from his home and how he's Buddhist. Wow, I'm reading books from the Dalai Lama right now, I said. How his brother is a Buddhist monk. Wow, maybe I can learn something from him. How he loves cooking and he's a vegetarian, and how he loves eating and how he plays the pan flutes and loves music. Oh, I was getting a buzz out of his conversation. I get so hyper when I'm around people who have things in common with me. I went from being lonely and actually slightly depressed to feeling alive and excited and really curious. I wanted to talk about spirituality and yoga and Buddhism, and yes, with so much in common, I will admit I started to feel a little bit of attraction to him. We finally arrived in Clisson, and it was magical in every respect. That's where I'm going to stop today. Oh, as you can see, this is the part of the journey where life for me deepened and opened. Oh, just reading that, I can read and feel the opening that occurred for me. If you've been watching the other videos, and I highly recommend you do go back, because this whole journey is so important for you to see every step of the way how there's the opening and the choices I've made and how the choices affect everything. But the commentary I'm going to make right now is this. The very, very important thing that happened. And to this day, things like what happened with Sandra and I, how the changed plans occurred, they happen even to me today. And I think it's just built in my DNA, or I'm not sure where it comes from, but I don't like plans changing at the spur of the moment. I like to have a heads up. It's like I have to prepare myself for it, and then I'm okay with it. But I don't like someone changing plans like that on me. And so what I have learned since that time is a very, very important lesson. That the best thing that we can do in our lives is to surrender to elegant flow. Elegant flow is that energy of source. It's source energy. And in that source energy is everything that we have intended or desired. And it is happening, it is orchestrating itself so that our desires, our intentions can come true, so that our evolution can occur. It's all about our evolution. The choices we make about what kind of experiences we want to have just aid in the evolution of our soul. But this experience happened for a reason, where I had to really get up courage to ask the mother to borrow the car. I'm not going to go into too much of it, but my relationship with her was not great. We had such a lack of communication, and we had highs and lows of being in the same home together. And it was really, really getting to me. But I started to get so depressed, and so I got up the courage, and there's a book by Susan Jeffers that I had read called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, and I said that mantra to myself. Look, Erin, you've got this new friend, you know what makes you happy, you know that going out and having an experience makes you happy, so feel the fear and do it anyway. She just can say no, and then somehow you can figure out a way to get together with Sandra. But ask for the car. So I had this whole momentum of me feeling the fear and then asking for the car. And so it was a big deal for me when she said yes. So I was like, Sandra, we're going to La Rochelle. And I was so excited. And then when the plans changed like that, the anger came. And I didn't like that my plans that I was so attached to because of all the emotion around it were not going to happen. And as you can see, this day, and you will continue to see, this day of meeting Guy, particularly, and experiencing the joy of being able to share exactly who I was. I thought I could share myself with Tony. No, this was to a different level, when I could go deep into spirituality, into life, and speak on a level that was more from a spiritual perspective, instead of let's sing, let's have a great time, let me laugh as loud as I want, let's dance to Shakira or the Gypsy Kings like I did with Tony. No, this was deeper. When I could do that, that opened me up. And so I had to meet him. And I was so thankful for meeting him and for experiencing the joy that came from meeting him that day. I will always remember, whenever something happens now and the plans change and the anger arises, no, surrender. There's a gift in here for you. It wouldn't have happened if it was not meant to happen. And so this lesson of surrendering and allowing the flow to guide me rather than Aaron's ego, who is attached to certain outcomes, who is attached to certain ways of things happening. Just let that go and surrender. That is my commentary today, because Lord knows, even after I experienced this throughout my life, there's been times, especially around prosperity and my businesses, that I have attached so much. And I want to tell you that if you can learn one thing and practice one thing, and it be surrendering, you are going to be living in elegant flow like no one else. And it will gift you experiences and miracles and joy and bliss and beauty and pleasure and peace. Everything that an elegant life is about. So that's my commentary today, and we will see you tomorrow, where I share the whole story of what happened that gorgeous, beautiful day, the day that I met Guy. And I will go to my deathbed and be thankful for him coming into my life. See you tomorrow.